Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds, or this will happen to you every single time you try to load up NBA 2K21 all year. I would not risk it.
I got digital dash, came right with a I walk in the store and I bought the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned out the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Alright, so it's about that time and we're doing the first NBA 2K21 giveaway. It's not no regular giveaway. We're going to be giving away the Mamba Forever Edition for current gen. So if you do actually win this, you will get the next gen for free. So we will be doing more NBA 2K21 giveaways, but this is going to be the first one. This is a Twitter giveaway. So if you want to be able to enter, you must be following me on Twitter, like and retweet the post, show proof, replying to that post that you are subscribed to my channel with noties on. And if you already have one, or if you already have 2K, we would just be giving you $100 code for a console of choice, whether you're on PC, PS4, Switch. It doesn't really matter. I'll give you a code for whatever console you are on. This will be ending August 31st. Like I said, there will be more. We'll be doing more current gen, some on next gen, all type of stuff. So yeah, man, if you guys want to be able to enter for that, just go ahead, do all the stuff I'm telling you right there. We're going to be entering you in a raffle. Whoever wins, they win. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all there is to it. Yo, what's up with YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back in the video with yet another video. And today, I'm coming to you guys with another build video. And it's around that time of the year where we just got the demo. We really can just only get the builds. We can play quick game, but it's really just there for the builds, to be honest. We can actually see what the builds we're going to be able to make in this game. So yesterday, I gave you guys the best, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the best slash and playmaker build. That's pretty much the best build in NBA 2K20. But in my opinion, this is what I think going to be the best build for this game. Now, I do have the best guard build when it comes to like being like a playmaking and a shooter. And I also have the best big man build. So if you guys want me to drop that as soon as possible, get this video to 400 likes. And I got y'all with that joint as soon as possible. But today, I'm going to go with what I think is going to be pretty much like the meta build and the best build, in my opinion, for NBA 2K21. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop straight into it. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Alright, so first things first. First thing you're gonna do is pretty much go over the position. The position is gonna be at the point guard position. Now, point guards, they get to go from a lot of different heights, but still this year, just like last year, they get the most badges. So you wanna make this at that point guard position. Alright, next is gonna be the pie chart. So the pie chart is pretty much gonna be the skill breakdown. Is where you're gonna be getting your max caps and your Hall of Fame badges. The pie chart you wanna go for on this game is going to be the shooting and defensive pie chart. We're gonna go over why I think it's gonna be the best. We're gonna go over all type of different stuff on it, but just know we're gonna be going with the shooting and defensive pie chart. All right, next is going to be the physical profile. So the physical profile didn't really change compared to last year, but still, that being said, if I'm making any guard build, I'm going with the speed pie chart. Now, some builds you can go with speed vertical, so you can have that all go as close as possible to 99. But still, with that being said, I'm gonna go with the speed pie chart for this build because you can't do that with this build. All right, next let's go over the attributes and pretty much how to make this build and why I think this is gonna be pretty much like the meta build for this game. Now, when you're making your builds this year, you probably noticed that when it comes to finishing, playmaking, and defense, you get a lot less total badges for those categories, and the rest of the stuff is lower. But when it comes to the shooting, they really kind of tried to make it more balanced. In my opinion, I think they did a good job of making it more balanced because they pretty much made shooting just as balanced as everything else. And they made the biggest nerfs on finishing and defense when it comes to these attributes, in my opinion. Now, one thing that I would say when it comes to the shooting, Mike Wang has made it known that you want to have a higher three-pointer. You don't want to be around here with like a 50-something or a 60-something three-pointer for the whole year. You want to be able to have somewhere from a 75 to an 85. And if you want to really, really be able to shoot, you want to have in the 90s all the way to 99. So this is going to be a build that's going to be able to get shooting Hall of Fame, and it's going to be able to still play defense, but we're going to try to get it to be able to speed boost and be able to still score at the rim. So to be able to make this build, you want to be able to get 4 finishing, 19 shooting, 10 playmaking, 19 defensive rebound. In my opinion, so far, when I've been testing it, this is the most badges I could get on it. You probably can get more badges on it a couple of different other ways, but this is 52 total badge upgrades. Now for the 4 finishing, you're going to have to get a max not standing dunk, driving dunk, driving layup, close shot, and then standing dunk is going to be at a 29. Shooting, you're going to have 19 badge upgrades. That's going to be mid-range, 3-pointer. Free throw, all being max. Then post phase is going to go up to a 67. Playmaking, ball handle is going to be max. Pass accuracy is up to a 78. Then for the pretty much for the defensive rebounding, you're going to have an interior defense not being touched, blocks really not being touched, and offensive rebound not being touched. Then you got perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, all being max. Then you got defensive rebound all the way up to a 71 to get those 19 badge upgrades. And that's really, really well-rounded badges. Now, the only thing I've been seeing a lot of people say, I would rather have more finishing. But when it comes to a lot of these builds, even the two-way slash and playmaker, that took a hit on finishing. I feel like they just don't give nearly as many finishing badges this year as they did last year. Now, the best bang for your buck when it comes to attributes is still going to be playmaking, because it's only 3 different ways to split those up to be able to get your max amount. That's why you're just going to get the most from playmaking. But with that being said, this is what I think is going to be the meta build in the game, strictly because I feel like shooting is going to be that much buffed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're going to want to be able to shoot on builds, and you're still going to always want to have defense in your build in any type of way. That's always going to be overpowered every single year. No matter how 2K try to nerf it, it's always going to be overpowered, because if you can play defense, shoot, dribble, and go at the rim, it's always going to be nice. And this is a perfect build for that. All right, next is going to be the height. Now, for the height, you can go at a lot of different heights. I see people trying to go 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" on a lot of these play shots. For this build, you can go shorter if you want to be able to like have a closer area to speed boosting, because you're gonna really have to have takeover to speed boost with this build. But with that being said, I would go 6'5" personally. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be a lot higher at a shorter height, but you're just gonna be that much better at defense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would go 6'5" on this build for sure, because you see your driving dunks going up. Now you do see a lot of stuff going down, but more stuff is going up than down. Now your speed is going down, but we can really be fixing that later. All right, next is going to be the weight. Now I went minimum, but you don't have to go all the way minimum. Just make sure that you get the max speed and acceleration possible. Now if you can put that to as high as possible while also losing as little bit as possible on interior defense, strength, and post moves, go ahead and do that. But yeah, this is what I ended up going with for the weight on this build, to be able to be as fast as possible. I'm pretty sure the speed boosting is the same thing as last year, where it combines speed with ball handle to be able to make the speed with ball rating. And because they didn't add that rating, they had an interesting opportunity to add speed with ball with playmaking to be able to make that more well-rounded with everything else, but they didn't do that. So yeah. All right, next is going to be the wingspan. So for the wingspan, this is whether you're going to be making or breaking your build. If you go down in wingspan, you're going to get a lot for shooting. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get +1 on your ball handle. And then everything else that you see going up is going to be going down. Me personally, I'd rather be able to get more on my close shot, my driving dunk, my standing dunk, my perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound. Every single thing on defense is pretty much going up. I have a 94 still on this build, so I pretty much can get all the way to a 99. That's just with me thinking that they're going to make, if they made the build system pretty much the same, I'm pretty sure they're going to make the attribute system the exact same. That's just my opinion. I feel like they tried to nerf the amount of badges you can get on certain builds, but at the same time, I feel like this is still going to be the way they do it when it comes to that overall. So if they still do that, this build is going to be very, very nice. I'm just saying, you're going to be able to get above an 80 3-pointer. You're going to be able to get close to an 80 ball handle, and you're going to have, you can definitely easily get this speed to a 99 and try to get the acceleration closest possible to 99. And if you can have that closest possible speed to a 99 and you're going to have closest possible ball handle to an 80, you're definitely going to be able to speed boost with this build, even without takeover if you're at 99. This is just going to be one of those builds. Now, starting off, you're definitely going to have takeover, which we're going to go over next. But yeah, this is still a really good build for trying to shoot, dribble, especially playing defense, and it's actually going to be pretty decent at finishing. All right, next, when it comes to the takeover, so we don't really even know what these takeovers give you on the +10s and stuff like that, because we still got to test it out. But I'm just going to go off the premise that I'm guessing that that's what they're going to do from last year. They pretty much copy and paste pretty much everything else, so why would they not copy and paste that? Now, I went with the safest one. Now, Slasher last year, you could get +10 to your speed with ball control, all that. But Playmaker, I know for sure they're going to do that, because that's literally what they try to make Playmaker out to be. So yeah, I went with Playmaker Takeover in this build just to be, I can make sure that I can be able to at least speed boost with Takeover, and as I'm getting Takeover, it's gonna be getting closer and closer to be able to speed boost and stuff like that. So yeah, that's gonna be what the Takeover I go with, and the build comes out as a perimeter lockdown build. This was actually a very popular build last year, but in my opinion, this is probably the best build in the game. Now it says shades of instead of similar to. They tried to change that. That's actually funny. Shades, like, come on now, like 2K, they didn't even try this year. I'm not even gonna lie, they didn't even try this year. The part better be different. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it says we're similar to Kirk, Heinrich, Stephen Curry, and John Murray. I don't really think any of those players are very similar to this build. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be one of the best builds in the game, if not the best build. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be the best build. I think this is gonna be the meta build eventually. I'm just trying to put people on off rip. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the best badge setups for this build. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to the badge setups, we got the finishing badge setup. So we only get 4 badge upgrades. So I went with Slithery Finisher because when I was using it in the prelude, it was doing wonders. It felt like it was even better than it was on 2K20. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I can see Fancy Footwork being good in this game because hop steps might be patchy, but Euros are the wave. If you sleep on Euros, just letting you know, Euros are nice. Euros are nice. Giant Slayer is going to always be good because that's like canceling out Rim Protector, and it's going to be really much canceling out high advantage on this game. That's going to be very good to not be able to get contested and stuff like that. I feel like Acrobat, Consistent Finisher, Pro Touch are going to be way better in this game. Contact Finisher is always good, but this is a build that can't get contact dunks, so I don't really like using that badge sometimes. And then we got Relentless Finisher. That's the badge I ended up going with because it's like anytime you fatigue or anything, it's going to really help you make that layup, dunk, lob, no matter what you're going up with. So yeah, man, I went with Slithery Finisher Gold and Bronze Relentless Finisher for my finishing badge setup on this build. All right, next is the best shooting badge setup for this build. We got 19 badge upgrades to work with. Now, when you come to these shooting badge setups, it's going to be way easier to spread these badge upgrades apart because you don't got quick draw to worry about no more. You can just go jump shot creator. So with that being said, so we got Hall of Fame Range Extender, Hall of Fame Green Machine, Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, Hall of Fame Deadeye, and Gold Difficult Shots. One reason I put Difficult Shots on, I feel like they're going to buff it. A lot of people was complaining about how much they nerfed it at the beginning of last year. I feel like they're going to buff it. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was at the beginning of the game last year, but it's going to be somewhere in between how it was at the beginning of the game and how it was in the middle of the game. Like somewhere at the end, I think it had got buffed, but at the same time, I think they're going to make it better than it was at the end of 2K20. So yeah, and then when it comes to Deadeye, that's going to always be a badge that a lot of people want to use when it comes to be able to shoot over people, especially when they're closing out. That's going to really be messing up the shot contest they get. Going to be making it that much easier for you to green. Range Extender is always going to be the best badge in the game for shooting, no matter what the name is. Limitless Range, Range Extender. As long as it's extending your range, it's going to be making it that much easier to green within your range. It's that simple. Then as you're able to get range extended, you're going to be able to get hot zones easier. As you get hot zones, it's going to be easier to green, and that's going to go along with Green Machine so that you can consecutive green. It's going to be, I honestly felt like they kind of should have took Green Machine out because I feel like that, like people literally just be praying to get one green because once they get a green, it's over with, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of was hoping that they was taking that out, especially with them trying to add a skill gap and making it even easier because they're giving us another thing to give us a bigger boost. Not only do we have no meter to get a big boost, but you can literally use that shot stick aiming to get an even bigger boost. So that's interesting to me. I really want to see how that plays in this game. Hopefully they nerfed it a little bit, but we're going to have to just wait and see. All right, next is going to be the Playmaking badge setup for this build. We only get 10 badge upgrades for this build. Now, I did take a risk with Bronze Bailout. I could have went with Anchor Breaker, could have went with Tight Handlers, could have went with Space Creator, but I haven't really tested those badges out enough to see. Space Creator seemed pretty good, but it seemed like it was nerfed because on 2K20, you could rock people almost every single time you do it. Step back, you know what I'm saying? It's not as OP, but it's still, you can still get ankles with it. If you like tested any builds out, you probably saw that Space Creator was good. I feel like Tight Handles is going to be the badge that's going to be good this year, especially with all the dribble moves that they've updated. I feel like the dribbling is way better in this game. So I feel like tight handles is gonna be a good badge. But just to be safe, I went with bronze bailout. Then if I wasn't doing that, I honestly would probably take off floor general, because this is a build that you're just gonna have to be stingy with your badge upgrades and not try to help your teammates. So if I didn't have floor general, I probably would have put on tight handles, to be honest. But floor general is also a great badge to help your teammates at all times. I'm one of those people that just want to help my teammates, because I try to give them either dimer or floor general, whatever they feel like is best to help them shoot. Unpluckable is another good badge in this game that got buffed. When I was using it, I wasn't getting ripped at all. Now, if you getting ripped with it, let me know. But we're gonna really have to wait and see till the full game comes out to see if you're getting ripped. But when it came to the prelude last year, or demo, whatever you want to call it, I was getting ripped a lot, even with Unpluckable. But with that being said, this year I ain't really got ripped at all, not even once, to be honest, when I had it on Hall of Fame. And I've been testing it on Hall of Fame a lot. Haven't really tested it on Gold, but on Hall of Fame it's critical. I can't lie, it's critical. And then we got Quick First Step as the last badge, just so you can have the fastest speed boost possible. And that, bro, I ain't gonna lie, the explosiveness on this game, you really see it. It kind of reminiscent of a game that I don't want to say to be blasphemous or nothing like that, but yeah, I like the explosiveness when it comes to jumping, running, all different types of stuff like that. I really do like it in this game, from the gameplay so far. Alright, and last but not least is the best defensive rebounding badge setup for this build. And then we got 19 badge upgrades to work with. So we got 4 Hall of Fame and 1 gold. So we got clamps to be able to play the best on-ball defense possible in every situation, from going around screens and just playing regular. I don't know if they nerfed or buffed that, but it seems like it's still a good badge. It don't seem like it's as crazy as last year, where you can get into people's body and make them pick up their dribble very simple and easy. I feel like they just made it like a badge where you can play defense really well. It's not nothing too crazy to make them like bump them and make them pick up their dribble, from what I was using. Maybe that's because the people that I was going with, they had good dribbling. I don't know. Then we got Intimidator to get the best shot contest possible. I haven't really noticed if they nerfed it. They said, Mike Wayne said that he nerfed that. It hasn't really been able to be noticed. The one badge that I do see that they've nerfed, I've seen a lot of people saying that they nerfed. Me personally, I didn't see that they nerfed it, but just for video purposes, I don't want to be putting it in a video and it's not going to be the craziest badge. Was Pogo Stick. I feel like the explosion on Pogo Stick was still good, but when it comes to like being able to jump, it's not as overpowered or broken, which it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? It should take IQ. Like, that really kind of was taking the IQ out of the game. Like, pump fakes was really like no use to doing. So yeah, I feel like that was a good thing that they took out. And it's just gonna have you be in them lanes as much as possible. Remember that this is gonna be helping you get snatch blocks. It's gonna really help you in any type of blocking situation, whether you're going up for a shot contest or even going for a chase down. It's gonna really help you in any type of situation. Then you got chase down artists for when people want to rim run you. You can chase down them joints. Now, I will say chase down seems a little bit of the same from last year, from when I was using it. So, and I was only using it on silver and gold so far. So for the people that like to use it on Hall of Fame, I feel like that's still gonna be a really good badge for y'all, because in my opinion, I've seen differences in the tiers of badges for sure. So yeah, that's the best badge setup in my opinion for the defensive rebounding for this build. But yeah, man, that's gonna be pretty much the end of this video. I showed you guys everything for this build. I showed you guys the position, the pie charts, the attributes, height, weight, wingspan, all the way down to the takeover, to the best badge setups for this build. So yeah, man, for that alone, please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. We got more videos coming out every single day. Turn on post notifications to be the first to every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think will help. Before we go ahead and end this off, if you haven't already, we ain't that much more time left. If you haven't already, you need to go ahead and check out that merch, man. The merch is going, I ain't gonna lie, the merch is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You gotta check that joint out. In my opinion, it's the best merch in the 2K community. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm gonna be biased, but still. But yeah, man, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, get this video to 400 likes if you guys want the best guard and big man builds to drop as soon as possible. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die, man. They say he going too fast.